All right, welcome to Sport Tour on Enterprise TV, where sport news from the four corners of the world are delivered at its best. If you are joining us for the first time, please do well to follow us across all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV 7. My name is John Alnassr. Join me and let's ride together. On today's menu, we'll be doing the review of the matches that went down on the 2nd of December 2025, where we saw a great performance from Nigeria winger, talking about Samuel Chukwueze, the Ibeku boy himself, and of course Alex Iwobi. How about Calvin Bassey was also top notch against Manchester City. And of course in the Super Eagles camp, Eric Chelle released 54-man squad. Come on, that will definitely be reduced to 28 as soon as possible. Joining me virtually today is Dami Wells, making a return back to Sport Tour. Dami Wells, welcome to Sport Tour.
Yeah, good morning, Lagos. Good morning, world. Good morning, everybody listening to us from wherever you are. Well, my name is Dami Wells, and I'm happy to be here this wonderful morning. And also for me, I mean, I can see that you are glowing this morning. You're
Come
really
on,
looking
don't talk about.
cool.
All
Well,
right.
I'm happy to definitely to talk sports. Yeah.
All right, you know how we do it. We always start with local football. We're starting with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Super Eagles head coach Eric Chelle has unveiled a 54-man provisional squad for the 35th African Cup of Nations finals in Morocco. Captain William Trozakon came out some weeks ago and he said he will not be part of the squad, but fortunately, he made the 54-man provisional list. How about Victor James Osimhen? These are regulars. Wilfred Ndidi, Stanley Nwabali among the headline names released across all Nigeria Football Federation platforms on Tuesday, 2nd December 2025. Dami Wells, before now, some days ago, like 2-3 days ago, we heard that the head coach talking about Eric Chelle already released his 28-man squad. So why are they giving us 54? After they've released 28-man list? I'm kind of confused, you know. I don't even know what to say.
Well, I saw this list yesterday, and I was like, I mean, 55. It's so just so much. Why would you give us something, this much when we just need about 28 man to represent Nigeria at the Afcon? And someone told me from a credible source that what's his name? Eric Chelle actually has his list already. He has his 28
Of
man
course.
squad already. Now, this is just for just for paparazzi, for the media, just to let people see that, okay, I'm calling some of these guys, especially the home-based Eagles, the guys playing in the NPFL, so many of them. And also, this list is also there for, I mean, in case there's probably any injuries, I can call up, one or two of these guys. I mean, that's why this list is there. But I mean, in hindsight, so many of these players aren't going to be called. So many of these players. Even though I would love to see one or two MPFL players represent Super Eagles. The last time we did that, we won the Afcon. So I'd love to see that.
Of course, and a lot of people have been talking about Alnassr that was not included in that 54-man provisional list. At least Alnassr was a high goal scorer in the MPFL last season. How come he didn't make this 54-man list?
Yeah. I mean, kudos to him. Kudos to him. I mean, getting the highest goal scorer in the MPFL. But you must understand that the Super Eagles are not shy of top goal scorers. I would love to see him there. You understand? I would love to have him there. But also, you also need to understand that he won't be able to play. You might say, okay, maybe it's a learning curve for him, but the last time we did that, every time we call on, these home-based players and they shine, you see them leave the MPFL immediately and they go to one obscure league. And before you know it, I mean, nothing happens. Because I mean, looking at it vividly, this guy is not going to be starting for the Super Eagles at the AFCON. Maybe he's going to get 1 or 2 minutes. He might not even get any minutes, depending on how the AFCON goes for Nigeria. And at the end of the day, after the AFCON, you see him leaving to maybe one club in Slovenia or, for example, Sunday Mba. Where did Sunday Mba go? Sunday Mba went to, I think he went to Bordeaux then. He went to a team that was almost getting relegated in France, and at the end of the day, he found himself playing in League Two in France. I think he even played for the League Three, the Division Three in France. So and this was one of our best players, if not our best player at the Afcon in 2013, the one that Nigeria won. So I mean, if I'm a coach, probably Eric Chelle is telling himself, I mean, what's the use, in calling this NPFL player that might not, at the end of the day, bring any return to the Super Eagles or not even do anything.
All right. Of course, you've seen the list, 54-man provisional list. Who do you think should make the final 28 among the newbies?
Well, I mean, we know me and you, Alnassr, me and you. Even though there are some names, even though there are some names that I wouldn't probably love to see, on that list, I'm tired of seeing some names. I'm not gonna lie to you. Moses Simon is one of those names that
Alex Iwobi.
He brings. No, I mean, we saw Alex Iwobi yesterday. You saw him against Manchester City, right? And you saw how well he performed. I mean, we are not blessed with so many midfielders that you will say you don't want to see Alex Iwobi on the list. I mean, we need his expertise. The only thing that I'm yet to see with Alex Iwobi is that I'm yet to see a coach that knows him very well, that utilizes his position, because positioning is very important for players. The last time we were at the Afcon under Jose Peseiro, he deployed Iwobi as a deep line playmaker alongside USYK. And I mean, contrary to what many people would say, I enjoyed the way Alex Iwobi played at the last Afcon. He was disciplined. He played his deep line role. He wasn't surging forward too many times. He made sure that he maintained that balance with Onyeka in the midfield. Because I mean, at the end of the day, what's his name? Ademola Lookman was the one, doing most of the work. He was coming to the midfield, to the flanks. So Alex Iwobi didn't have any reason to do that. But I think Alex Iwobi can be deployed in a better role. Okay, now look at it yesterday. The coach of Fulham, Oliver Glasner. No, sorry, what's his name?
Marcos Silva. Marcos Silva.
Yeah, Marcos Silva. Thank you very much. He loves to play a 4-2-3-1 formation, playing Iwobi just behind the striker or on the flanks at times. And when push came to shove yesterday, when he saw that they were losing, he took out some players and he brought Iwobi, directly into the midfield. And Iwobi was dictating things from that midfield. I mean, the African terrain is quite different from the European terrain, of course. But I think if we play a formation of like a 4-2-3-1 formation, let Iwobi play directly behind the striker. That's behind Victor Osimhen. I think we are going to see, a lot more from Iwobi, other than playing him as a deep line playmaker, or you play him on the sometimes. Most of the time, we've been playing Iwobi as a deep line playmaker. I'm not saying he doesn't have his own fault. Iwobi also have his own fault, but I think his best position for the Super Eagles, for me, would have been probably playing just directly behind the striker. And for the other players, I mean, I don't need to talk too much, but I don't think Tolu Arokodare needs to be in the final squad. He hasn't been playing for his club right there, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Definitely, I would love to see Paul Onuachu. You see, Nigerians are very quick to castigate a player when they see that, probably he hasn't performed once or twice. But Moses Simon is in the team. How many times has Moses Simon actually performed? It's true, bro. How many times has Samuel Chukwueze performed for the Super Eagles? How many times? You understand? Many. If you're going to go into that, I mean, with that route of saying players are not, I mean, this guy is not performing, then it shouldn't be called. Then there are many pretenders in that squad. Samuel Chukwueze is one of it. Moses Simon is one of it. I can mention but a few. You understand? So for me, I don't think Tolu Arokodare needs to be on the list. Of course, Ademola Lookman, he seems to be getting his form back. Victor Osimhen, talking about the attack now. Paul Onuachu, who is the highest goal scorer in the Turkish league. Samuel Chukwueze also needs to be played. I love the way Eric Chelle has been deploying Samuel Chukwueze.
That is
Just
where
that
I'm
I
going.
don't.
Damn me well.
Yeah.
The camp will be open by December 10. And our players are doing wonderfully well for their club sides. Ademola Lookman is scoring goals back to back. Samuel Chukwueze is scoring goals, making assists back to back. Osimhen, you can't take anything from Osimhen there anytime. You usually deliver. Like you rightfully said, you mentioned Paul Onachu, another fantastic striker as we speak. This should be a good headache for Eric Chelle going into Afcon 2025.
Yeah, definitely a good headache, and I love this kind of headaches. You know,
Come on.
yeah, because this kind of headache will give you options. Okay, let me just name the list for my forwards. I think Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen, Paulo Onuachu, Samuel Chukwueze. That's for Akko Adams. I mean, Akko Adams can be our own Brown Ide. I mean, his partnership back then with you remember, when he was playing with Iman, yeah, in 2013. You know, so Akko Adams I don't think he can be a lone striker, but he can always, partner
Support,
with
yes, of course.
And I also like to see Nathan Tella. Nathan Tella hasn't really had a good time with the Super Eagles. He hasn't had much time with the Super Eagles. But I would like to have him because he's a very good utility player. He can play on the wings, he can play as a striker, he can play as a right wing back, and he can play in the midfield. So he's this kind of player that you can deploy in anywhere. So I'd love to see Nathan Taylor there, and maybe one more player. I don't want to see the likes of Terry Murphy again. I mean, I don't know. The guy is not just performing well. The Super Eagles, even for Nice, I mean, what happened the last time?
He just got beaten some few days ago by fans.
That was horrible.
Try and pity him now, damn well.
Very, very horrible. But in the midfield, maybe one or two. I mean, maybe you add one NPFL player there. I think that will make the list. In the midfield, with Ndidi, Franco Onyeka, Olasukomi, why are they always inviting Alnassr Yusuf?
He did well at the last Nations Cup. The first two games, he was on fire for the Super Eagles.
And
I think that's the reason why.
And he almost cost us against South Africa. I mean, he cost a penalty against South Africa because we could have won that.
Anybody can cost a penalty, damn you.
Okay.
It is bound to happen.
How good is Alnassr Yusuf? He gets called up every time. For me, I think Alnassr Yusuf is one of those players that he gave a bye Saleh. I don't know if you saw that. That is pushing him. Seriously. And also, I've heard a lot about Ebenezer Akinson. I've not really seen much of him.
I think the young man should be given a chance.
Yeah, I think he should be given a chance in that midfield. Of course, Alex Obi, Fisayo Dele Bashiru. I mean,
if he is fit, he should make the final cut. That is if he is fit.
And another player is Christantus Uche. I've seen clips of him even when he was in Getafe that was in the La Liga. He's a very good player, but breaking into that Crystal Palace midfield is not easy. Where you have Adam Wharton, which has been. I mean, Adam Wharton is the one benching Christantus Uche. And I don't see him, overcoming that unless Crystal Palace sells Adam Wharton. But Christantus Uche is a very good player, and I wouldn't mind to have him in the team just to add a little bit of, edge, in that midfield. And for the defenders, of course, sadly we won't have Benjamin Fredericks. I mean, that's a very sad one.
So sad.
But but Zaidu Sanusi seems to be getting back on his groove. William Troost-Ekong is the captain, so definitely he's going to be there. Calvin Bassey, definitely. Olaino, I'm not sure how fit Olaino is. He hasn't really played this season. He hasn't played at all this season. So I don't think he's going to be fit enough. Felix Agu, definitely. Semi Ajayi, always stable with the Super Eagles. Bruno Yemechi. I mean, just same of same. I would have loved Benjamin Fredericks, but unfortunately the injury took him out. Yeah, and for the goalkeepers, I think in the friendlies leading to the Afcon, we should try Maduka Okoye. Let's see if his confidence, will, probably would have boosted for the Super Eagles. I mean, I don't have any issue against Stanley Wabali. You know, it's quite good. But the problem with him is that I think he needs pressure. He needs to be, told that you're not just the only person that can be called as the number one. There's also someone that, that is there that can push you away from that number one position, which is Maduka Okoye. So I think Maduka Okoye should be given, an opportunity. And then Ebenezer Harcourt as well from Sporting Lagos. I want to see him there.
No, I don't want to. You should just go back to the under 23. He has done
Why?
well with the
Why?
under 20.
Why don't you want to
It
see
cost
him
us a
there?
lot at the under 20, at the under 20, at the
Yeah.
Wafu. Come on,
But
he
it's still be learning from-
still need to learn. He still need to learn. Let him just be part of the under 23 team, the trim team. It's okay. But making
you
it to
say
the
that-
Afcon, for me, it's a no.
Yeah. But you need to groom these players, these goalkeepers. You need to give him that chance with the big boys. At the end of the day, I don't think he's going to kick a ball, but being with them in the dressing room, being with them on the, on the stands and everything, I think it's going to give him exposure and experience. Yeah, like you said, it cost us at the under 20. I mean, I think the praises got to him because in the first two games he was very good. But later on, I think the praises got to him. He started feeling like, he's there. So he's a good player. He has the because Alnassr during the under 20, I listened to the commentators saying that Ebenezer Harcourt touted. I mean, he was being scouted by top clubs. I'm talking about clubs like Manchester United, like Manchester City, like even top clubs in Spain and in the Serie A. We're scouting him. So that means he has something good in him. I wouldn't mind having him.
All right, let's see how it goes. But my own is you should just go to the under 23. Of course, his time will definitely come. His time will definitely come. All right, away from the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, let's move straight to foreign football. Manchester City have closed the gap between them and Arsenal to 2 points after a thrilling 5-4 win at Fulham on Tuesday night, 2nd December 2025. Which is not just all about closing the gap. It is all about the man that just reached his own milestones, talking about Erling Haaland, the quickest player to have done that in the English Premier League. What more can we say about the Viking himself, the beast that is his name? What are your thoughts on Erling Haaland?
Erling Haaland is a generational talent. Erling Haaland is who he says he is. Erling Haaland is a maestro when it comes to scoring goals. Erling Haaland is a different breed. I mean, if you're going to mention players in the mode of Erling Haaland, you talk about Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I mean, talking about the physique, the guile, the charisma and everything. Maybe not as much as Ibrahimovic, of course, when it comes to charisma, but he has it. Erling Haaland is 1,000 and more. I mean, I so much admire Erling Haaland. People critique him a lot when they say, "Oh, he's not better than Victor Osimhen because he doesn't track back, he doesn't score some
He's not a link-up player. He's just there inside the box 18 to score goals. Of course, that's his primary role, to score goals as a number 9, and he's doing it well.
He's doing it fantastically well. You see, people, most especially fans forget that when it comes to a striker, the most important thing is not your dribbling ability. It is not your shot power. It is not your anything you want to mention a striker. It is not that. The most important thing for a striker is positioning. You see, your positioning is, if you have a very good positioning as a striker, then you are 80% there already as a world class. The only thing that you need more is just your aggression when it comes to scoring goals and your goal sense. You understand how to place the ball and everything. Erling Haaland has all these things. Do you understand what I'm saying? Erling Haaland's positional ability, I would say it's on par with Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, the Ronaldo of Real Madrid up until date. If you understand what I'm saying. Because you don't have to, and people that say that Erling Haaland doesn't drop deep, he doesn't link up play. Yesterday he had to assist for Fulham. And apart from that, they should go back to watch Erling Haaland at Borussia Dortmund. People don't know that Erling Haaland is got pace, he's got shot power, and I mean, he's got area presence. That's what people don't know. People don't see that in him because he plays for a Pep Guardiola Manchester City.
Side.
You understand? And for me, Pep Guardiola has one. I mean, he does one thing that I don't really like when it comes to footballers. He tries to, he plays them like, I think a player was saying something of recent that footballers are now playing like robots. I don't know if you saw that
Yes, of
post.
course, I saw it. Yeah.
Footballers are not playing like robots. I think it was, I heard it from Thierry Henry. Yeah, Thierry Henry said that. He said footballers are not given the chance to actually express themselves like before. And the number one culprit is Pep Guardiola. Henry said when he went to Barcelona, back in the days, that Henry is this kind of striker that he loves to drop deep, get the ball, run at the defenders. I mean, that's his style, and I mean, he's very good at it. But when he went to Barcelona, he said Pep Guardiola specifically told him that you're a number nine. I don't want you dropping deep. I don't want to, he was playing him as a number nine before he started playing him on the wings. He said, I don't want you dropping deep. I want you to just stay in that position. And Henry said in the first half of that game, I mean, he didn't listen to whatever Pep Guardiola said. He was dropping deep, and he got 2 goals. Then in the second half, Pep Guardiola took him off. And he told him, I mean, but I scored 2 goals, coach. Why are you taking me off? He said, I don't want you leaving that number 9 position. You need to, and if you look at it, maybe apart from Lionel Messi, that played as a false nine for Guardiola back in Barcelona days then, apart from Lionel Messi, go and watch. And maybe David Villa, because David Villa was also a striker that was roaming around. Most of his strikers are strikers that they are like devourers in the box. Maybe he started at Bayern Munich. Look at Lewandowski, for example. Even at Manchester City, Pep Guardiola wasn't playing Sergio Aguero that much. So, I mean, sorry to deviate. Coming back to Erling Haaland, for me, Erling Haaland is one of the greatest strikers in the world, currently. And for him to break that, that record of 100 goals in 111 games in the Premier League, the toughest league in the world, it's very, very crazy. It's very, very crazy, and kudos to him.
All right, other results. Newcastle played. Okay, go ahead.
No, I said, I mean, people that compare him to Victor Osimhen should just calm down. I love it. I love Victor Osimhen to bits. And that was why at the summer, when Osimhen was linked to Manchester United, I was very, very interested in him coming. But unfortunately, he didn't come. I would have loved to see Victor Osimhen playing in the Premier League.
All right, let's see how it goes. Next season, it might definitely happen. We'll be seeing Haaland versus Victor James Osimhen in the English Premier League. All right, other result, Newcastle played a 2-2 draw against Tottenham Hotspur. Bournemouth lost at home to Everton at 0-1. And of course, tonight we'll be seeing 3rd December 2025. We'll be seeing Arsenal versus Brentford, and of course, Chelsea versus Leeds United. Away from the English Premier League, let's move straight to Spain. Barcelona have opened a 4-point lead at the top of the La Liga table following a 3-1 victory over ATLETICO Madrid, 8 a.m. on Tuesday night, 2nd December 2025. Even Barcelona, Barcelona are not in their best of form, and yet they are still on top of the La Liga table. What's wrong with Real Madrid? They were playing today against Bilbao. Do you see them winning against Bilbao?
Someone said that the only thing that the only beautiful thing that Alonso has been able to create at Real Madrid is a civil war. That because Real Madrid, see, forgive me, I'm beginning to. I said it that I told a Madrid fan this morning that if Real Madrid at the end of the day doesn't win this La Liga, then they are useless folks. They are useless. Sorry to use that word, but seriously, Real Madrid have the utmost opportunity to win this league. Looking at, number one, the players that they have, looking at how bad Barcelona have been this season. I mean, let's not forget the fact that Barcelona have been quite poor this season.
Yes, of course.
They lost their Clasico, but they've dropped points against teams that you expect them to actually wipe away. Sevilla is one of those teams. And don't look at the result yesterday. is a farce. It's a fallacy for me because go and check the head-to-head between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid, Atletico Madrid might play everybody in the world and defeat them, but
When
whenever
it
they
comes to
face Barcelona,
Barcelona, mm,
they will lose. You know, when I didn't see the game yesterday, I was more focused on the Man City Fulham game.
mm,
But when Atletico Madrid took the lead in the first half, I was like, maybe tonight is the night. Then all of a sudden, I
mm.
just saw the update 1-1 first half. I was like, I mean, this game is already lost for Atletico Madrid. I mean, I knew Barcelona was already going to win it. So, and Barcelona did it a very good run for them. I mean, they have their full squad back. You know, Rafinha is
Rafa is
back.
back.
And they have a Rashford who can deputize and
Okay.
he can
Oh,
also play on any part of
oh,
that
oh,
forward
oh.
line. So, I mean, it's a very good
The,
one.
the,
For
the
Madrid,
same Rashford, that mean what? The same Rashford that was loaned from
yeah,
United to Barcelona. Oh, okay.
he's been
Okay.
doing well this season. I
Mm.
mean, me and you will agree that Rashford is a very good talent. I mean,
Okay.
he has what it takes to become a world class player. He has it in him, you know. So maybe the terrain at Manchester United didn't, make it come true.
Mm.
He also has his own issues with him, his own personal issues. But it's very see people don't understand that United club is the club in the world, like the number one club in the world that has the most pressure.
Mm.
United have a whole lot of pressure, especially from the league itself. You know, the media presence. I don't know if you even Sky Sports, they said it that whenever they are covering the league, the English Premier League, they focus 50% of at least of their media coverage is on Manchester United. So as a black player at United, as an English player, as a player that everything is expected of you. I mean, Rashford is that talent that the way he busted into the scene, you would have thought that he would probably be competing to win the Ballon d'Or right now. So the
Mm.
pressure was on him and he couldn't handle it. At the end of the day, he balled. So I would say I'll cut him some slack in that. So I mean, Rashford is a very good talent. He's a
Okay.
very good talent.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see how it goes tonight, 3rd December 2025, where Atletico Bilbao will host Real Madrid. They are trailing Barcelona by 4 points. Away from Spanish La Liga, let's move straight to Auto Sports. In the world of boxing, unified heavyweight world champion Alexander USYK has set his sights on former WBC champion, talking about Deontay Wilder, naming the American puncher as his preferred opponent for his next bout. I would say when it comes to boxing, I would say talking about Wilder, I think he has lost it. I mean, the last time I saw, what is his name? Wilder, it's looking like psychologically the young man is not, the big man himself, he's 40, is not okay. I don't know. I don't know if you saw his last fight, talking about Wilder and talking about the award best, the Ballon d'Or winner, Alexander Usyk. It won't take him more than 3 rounds to finish Wilder. I don't know if you agree with me.
Um, I want to agree with you, but when it comes to boxing is not always like that. I mean, we've
It's
seen
because
even.
Wilder is not in that level anymore.
I understand. I understand. I'm just saying that when it comes to boxing, so many things come to play at times. I mean, a punch can take you out. A punch can just, no matter how good you think you are. Even the likes of Mike Tyson back in the days got beaten. Even Muhammad Ali got beaten. You
Yes,
understand?
of course.
So, I mean, who would have thought that Andy Ruiz would defeat Anthony Joshua back then? Just with just few punches, and Anthony Joshua was ramping everywhere, was falling and standing. So boxing can be very, very dramatic. But
I think we need to revisit that fight, but it's okay, it's all good. All right, go ahead. Come on, go ahead. But it's okay.
Now back to what you're saying. What the bronze bomber, that's Deontay Wilder. He has had 43 knockouts in his career. 43 knockouts. I mean, this is not it's not a mean feat at all. He is a fighter that he lost his teeth, fighting against someone that you would have thought that he would be defeating. You understand? I think he lost against, was it Daniel Dubois?
Dubois?
That, and since then he hasn't really been himself. But that doesn't mean you take away, the steez from him. You see, the reason why Alexander Usyk I like the way Alexander Usyk fights. I think is a generational boxer. Like, he's one of the best ever in the world, even those that he has defeated. But I would love to see the Deontay Wilder, defeat him. Like, I want to see that shocker because right now, Alexander, do you know what Alexander Usyk is trying to do? He wants to defeat Deontay Wilder to tell you guys that he has beaten everybody that has ever been mentioned to beat him.
Gypsy King talking about Fury back to back, Anthony Joshua 3 times, Dubois. Yeah? Come on.
Yeah. So which other fighter? Okay, the only person that they are probably talking about to face him now is Dillian White, and I don't think Dillian White can actually stand against Alexander Usyk. You understand? Dillian White doesn't have that star power to fight against Alexander Usyk. So he's looking at it that, who else can I fight? He has defeated Anthony Joshua. In fact, Anthony Joshua right now wants to fight with a YouTuber. He has destroyed Anthony Joshua. He fought against Alexander Usyk with what's his name? The Gypsy King himself.
Tyson Fury.
With all his mouth, he defeated him twice. And it's like, okay, Dubois defeated him. Okay, let me go to the US and beat that person that they are calling one of the best. Of course, we know that he's no longer in his best. But by the time he defeats, what's his name?
Wilder.
By the time he defeats Wilder, everybody will now call him probably the best ever. Maybe the GOAT of boxing. I don't know. But he wants to cement his place in the world of boxing. That's what he's trying to do.
Do you know the advice? Do you know the advice that I will give Wilder? He should just avoid that fight. That's the best advice I can give. He should just avoid the fight. It's as simple as that. Just leave Usyk alone.
I'm seeing a shocker here. Something is telling me that Deontay Wilder is going to knock out Alexander Usyk. Write it down. Okay. Don't worry. We'll come back to this.
All right, let's see how it goes. That is how much we can take on Sports on Enterprise TV 7. Endeavor to subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified of all alerts. Follow us across our social media platforms at Enterprise TV 7. Like, share, and engage on all content. Visit our website at www.enterprisetv.news.com for all the news you can use, the inclusives, and the live updates. Dami Wealth has been great on the show today.
You did not mention Samuel Chukwueze. Come on. Performance of yesterday. You didn't mention. But anyway, it's good to have you today. It's good to be on the show today with you. I'm so glad to be there. And hopefully tonight is going to give us so many wonderful, exciting fixtures all around Europe. Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. My name remains John Alnassr. See you next time.